Alright, what you're looking at here is my banana tree forest. I planted these a while ago, maybe 6 months ago. These are all puppies from elsewhere on the property. And what I mean by puppies is I call those things puppies. I don't know what their official name is, but that's what I call them. So this is a mix of plantains and banana trees. And what I want to show you is banana trees. They don't grow in the U.S., so I didn't know about them. Even being from Florida, it always got too cold for bananas and banana trees. We'd get that one freeze a year. And banana trees are mostly made up of water. There's some fibrous material in there, but you can basically kind of push them over with your finger. Let me zoom out. Push it over with your finger. Look at that. Water come out. They're mostly water. This fibrous stuff, but it's mostly all water. So that's why any type of cold weather and their big leaves are susceptible to weather, and any kind of cold weather, and they're just gonna croak on you. They're gonna freeze and die. What I learned being in the Philippines, though, is banana trees are everywhere. And number one rule, that's the banana heart. Don't touch the banana heart. What'd the foreign guy do? As soon as one of these bloomed with bananas that were within my reach, and these are the leaves that cover the heart, and you see these blossoms, those blossoms right there, those would have been bananas. They were inside the heart. And when this thing eventually peels itself out, see, it's done making bananas. You can see that there's a length of the stalk or stem from the last banana to the heart. All those are blossoms, could have been bananas, but what does a foreign guy do? Touches the banana heart before it was ready. It was like right up there. It had done like one row of bananas, 2 rows of bananas, and I touched it. And once you touch it, it's game over. It'll stop producing bananas. It'll go into an error state, and it'll just do what it's doing right now, which is lay mess on the ground of what could have been. So in like Honduras and stuff, once these guys start making bananas, they'll prop up the tree because they make such big bananas that we're used to getting that are 12 inches long or whatever they are. They'll prop up the tree and give it some support. In the Philippines, the bananas are smaller, so they don't need to do that. The tree is weak, but it'll hold them up. But if we get a storm or something, the banana tree will fall over, especially if it has bananas. It's too much weight for it. But what happens is, this tree with bananas, once the bananas are ready to harvest, you just get a machete and cut that. It's super weak. It's strong enough to hold the weight, but you can basically cut it with scissors. So you cut that stalk, and then you use your machete and you cut down this tree that was holding the bananas, because it's done its job. It makes the bananas, and it's game over for that tree. So then that's why it puts out puppies. And I'm sure there's a better term for that, but these 2 puppies right here are clones or whatever of this original tree, and they're going to make their bananas at some point. And so this original one, what they do is usually, I won't do that here, but they'll chop it down and they'll grind it up and make animal food from it. And the locals in the Philippines, they eat that heart. Like right now, it's safe to touch it, safe to cut it off. It wouldn't affect the bananas in any way. You could cut that heart off and they make soup with it. They take the blossoms and they put it in soup and cook it and eat it. So they'll take the blossoms out that are inside that heart, and it's shaped like a heart. That's why it's called a heart. But there's a bunch of blossoms under every leaf that you see there. There's blossoms. So there's lots of blossoms, lots of food in there. And they'll use the banana leaves as a tablecloth. They'll eat rice on the banana leaves. The banana tree has a lot of uses, just like the coconut tree. Banana tree has a lot of uses. They'll have shared dinner, and everybody will use their hands and eat rice and fish and whatever. And on top of the table, they'll put a couple banana leaves, and they'll use that to separate the table from their dinner. So banana trees are pretty amazing. Pretty amazing. Here's another one closer. I didn't even know this was here. I've been gone for a week. I didn't even know this was here, but you see, these are the blossoms that are inside that heart. Now, if I was to touch that heart right now, it would be finished. What bananas are here would continue to grow, but no new ones would pop out of that heart, so I'm not touching that. First lesson as a foreign guy, you got a banana tree, you see that heart, don't touch it. But yeah, these guys are coming, and you see how small this banana tree is. It's tiny, and it's putting out a puppy, but it's going to throw up some bananas, and I don't know what rhyme or reason it is why the big trees put them up earlier than or later than the small trees. I have no idea, but that's what's going on here. We got some bananas. These might be plantains. Like I said, it's a mix. But what we're doing is we're getting so many puppies that we're actually taking them to the lot next door and starting a banana farm up there. We don't know who owns that lot, but you can see here is some bananas where there aren't, the heart's been cut and eaten. And those bananas are getting kind of close. And they'll sit on the tree for a while. It takes a while before they're ready. But the bananas here are small and super sweet and really yummy. But you can see that tree is a little skinny sucker too. So I don't know what the science is behind when a banana tree is ready to produce. I have no idea. But it's pretty neat, and you know, they'll put out these puppies, and you can dig up the puppies and relocate them, and they'll survive no problem. They have no problem surviving, being moved. There's another one where the heart has been chopped and consumed already, and you can tell this tree is wimpy. But there's its bananas, and there's its puppies. 1, 2, 3, 4. Another one coming. So yeah, we gotta, this thing will get totally overrun with bananas if you don't remove some of the puppies. It'll go absolutely nuts here. There's nothing stopping banana trees in the Philippines. So I like to trim the leaves. You can see some of the leaves are trimmed. I like to trim the leaves when they get brown, like this one right here I need to trim. Just because it makes it look rough here. So this one I need to trim off. It's not doing the plant any good when it's brown like that. And I want to try to keep this looking nice. So it gets out of control quick, and mosquitoes and other bugs will come in here and make homes in these crevices. Rainwater will get in there and mosquitoes will take over too. There's no stopping that, but I can at least keep some of the vegetation that's dead off of these guys. And you can see beneath the trees we have some things planted. These are peppers and a couple other things planted with rebar over it. I don't know what's planted here. This was done while I was gone, but if it's a plant that doesn't need direct sun, being planted under the banana orchard here is a good thing, because they block a lot of the sun, so the sun won't overheat the plants and dry them out. So there's your banana tree lesson for the day. Fascinating and awesome. And like I said, I don't know how long it takes to grow bananas. Once they pop out, it's months though. They don't just pop out and you get them. It takes a while. So there's your banana lesson. Fascinating stuff. I think maybe we can grow bananas in Puerto Rico or something, but even in Key West I don't think bananas do very well because they get an occasional freeze there. There's bananas. Gotta love them. Like, comment, subscribe. See you around.